There you go. All right. The next category is sports or anything relating to it.
All right. So I thought I've forgotten about this category. I don't mean I've forgotten to do ones. I just forgot that this was the hardest category. I thought it was films, but this was definitely hardest because I love sport. But as soon as you sent it to me, I was like, how am I going to think of anything to put in here? But I think it's more what other people engage with sport with is what's annoying me. So people looking at something and go, oh, that's not even a sport. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's like it. I find it disrespectful and annoying. So like with anything, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, it could be like a simple quiz or anything like that. I'm really competitive. I always want to win something. So like, I'll see it as a sport. If it's got any kind of skill, but throwing a golf ball into a wheelie bin would be a sport to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like, I hate when people are looking at like, you know, they see like bowls, you know, like lawn bowls type of thing. And they see that when it comes on the Olympics, you know, you watch all the random sports and they're like, oh, that's not really a sport, is it? And I'm like, it definitely is. If you've ever played it, it's quite difficult to play bowls. So, yeah, so I hate when people complain that something isn't a sport.
Right. So I always think that sport has a competitive against each other type of competition.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be over physical. It could just be some kind of skill. But people complain that things aren't a sport all the time. Like, you know, they'll look at bowls or they'll look at curling or something like that when they watch the Olympics and they go, I
would class them as sport.
You are?
I would class them as sport.
Yeah, some people wouldn't. They complain. They think it's too easy because it doesn't look physical enough for them. So then they complain that it's not sport. So it's not the sports itself that annoys me. It's the people complaining that they don't think it's a sport.
People complaining. People complaining that sport's not a sport.
Yeah.
That sport is not a sport.
They just spot something and they think, I could do that. It's too easy. It's not physical. And then they go, oh, it's not really a sport. I heard someone in town the other day.
I suppose that people, because they look at curling and they see like, all right, they've got a couple of sweeping brushes, they're on a bit of ice. But I tell you what, just to balance yourself on that ice, that would be like, that's got to be a sport in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a couple of people on who've never gone on the ice in a pair of trainers and see how long you can stay up. And see what that sport's like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
there was someone the other day because I up in Scotland here, like curling in my area. There's quite a lot of curling goes on. Like, and the ice rinks around here have like curling leagues and things like that. And I heard someone complaining to like there was two old guys talking, and one of them was complaining to the other one, who I know plays curling, that it isn't a proper sport. Do you know what I mean? Like because the other guy's older. Essentially, that was his excuse. It's not physical enough because he liked rugby, this other guy, and he was like, "Oh, it's not sport curling." And I was like, "You try it, mate. Do you know what are you good at, or what are you better at than anyone else?" It just irritates me when people are like that. I'd take tiddlywinks seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm competitive at everything.
Like, to me, that's a game, not a sport. And then obviously quizzes are a game. They're not a sport.
It's competitive. It's definitely a sport.
Yeah, but it's not a sport. It's a competitive game.
Maybe quizzes, you're right, because it's not skill.
Because football,
as soon as you add a buzzer into a quiz, it becomes a sport for me.
Well, because of the speed of the buzzer.
You got to hit the buzzer quick. Until that, you're right. It's a game until it gets to the buzzer, and then it's a sport.
Until it gets to the buzzer. So as soon as you're on University Challenge,
oh yeah, that's a sport.
You're in a sport.
Yeah,
and none of them look like they're dressed for a sport.
Nah, they've probably never played any other kind of physical sport in their lives. No. But it's definitely a sport.
The next category was clothes and accessories.
Wow, I'm very into my accessories, and I'm into my clothes. But if there's one item of clothing that there were two items of clothing that I really don't like. The first one are those bodysuits, you know, those kind of like leotard things.
Oh, with the crotch, and there was like.
I was of an age when those were very much in and the thing to wear, and I couldn't possibly regale you with the detail of just how awful they are. Painful if you get it wrong, annoying when you need a pee, and the fact they would unpop at the most inopportune moments. Just a fashion mistake that seemed at one point to be coming back, which I find most disturbing, and I won't make that mistake again. But I think they definitely deserve to be banished.
I remember them. I had a couple. I had a few different colours because it was cool to wear them underneath. Like, you know, obviously they were tucked in, and then you'd have them on underneath, and then you'd have either something lower with that showing or a cardigan or whatever. And yeah, they were horrible, absolutely horrible. And yeah, I remember quite often, and especially if you ever want one when you're on a night out, and you know how much you need to go to the loo when you're on a night out. And then trying to sort of be upside down while you're trying to fix it back together after you've had a few drinks.
It's not an exact science.
No, and you've probably headbutt the wall whilst you're doing it. Yeah, so it's not a good look, definitely.
Great comedy moment, but not fun to wear. Crotch poppers, yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Right, the first one was one that Chris Cookie and the Haydens got everyone to watch for their homework. And it's one of the biggest load of pants I've ever seen in my life. Titanic 2.
There's a Titanic 2?
Yeah, there is a Titanic 2, and you'd never guess what the story is.
You can't read
it's an iceberg and sinks. It's incredible. I don't know how they thought that one up.
I mean, to have like Titanic 2 though, you can't rethink the boat that it's been. It's done.
No, but they did. They built it. They built a Titanic 2, and exactly the same thing happened. They thought they would have learned.
Yeah. Very strange.
Yeah. So there's one. I wouldn't waste an hour and a bit watching.
Did she let him on the door this time? Because in the first one, you know, she could have let him on the door.
Didn't see that. Didn't have that bit. Didn't have that bit, but it was absolute rubbish.
So your next category was bands or singers?
Yeah. I mean, pretty easy category, really. I mean, to be honest, the biggest challenge I had was picking just 3. Because as we know, there is only one decent band and one decent singer in the world, and that is Queen and Freddie Mercury. You
can't just like that and nothing else, though. You must have other.
Have we not met?
Yes, we have. But I mean, and I know that they're your favourite, but you must like other stuff too.
No, so yeah, basically, you know, I had my free reign pick of the entire rest of the world, but. I've picked 3.
Right.
First one is Take That.
Take That, okay.
My sister, big Take That obsessive. I was subjected to that oral torture from a very young age because, as we know, I'm only 21 now. So.
Yeah, you do know when they came out, don't you?
Yeah, but they've reformed about 15 different times since, which again is annoying. So I was subjected to them from a very young age. Absolute oral to relight my fire. Fuck off! I don't want to relight no fire. I want to set you on fire. I don't want to bloody relight it. I want you to be already on fire, burning a horrible death. So yeah, Take That and go.
Bit harsh.
Are you going to show everyone your Ronnie Corbett impression?
My Ronnie Corbett impression. I'm not. I can't do his voice. Just
do the visuals.
I'm sure he didn't have long hair.
Well, he may have done in his younger years.
No, it was like that.
Go on, say 4 candles for me.
4 candles. The question was, where's the weirdest place you've had a wee?
All right.
The weirdest place you had a wee?
Okay, for me, I know Lex actually is probably past it because I know she shops in Cowbridge Road. As you're going down Cowbridge Road, there's a Lloyd's Bank on the corner behind there. So I'm sure there's some footage of me on a security camera somewhere having a wee behind Lloyd's Bank at stupid o'clock in the morning, going home a bit drunk.
Did you want to make a deposit? Was that it?
I did make a deposit. Yes, I did. It was only a number one, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2 deposits.
It wasn't 2 deposits.
No.
I had what the blinking hell is it called? Catheter. So I had it in and it kept getting blocked because you've got sediment in your urine that you don't see, and it's like just looks like a powdery stuff. Anyway, when you've got a catheter in, obviously the tubing's very thin, so it kept getting blocked, right? And so what they do is they flush it, so they push water into you, which is weird because you can feel it coming in like from a different angle. Very yeah. You like,
going in the wrong direction. It's going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but you can feel it, and it's so weird. But then, anyway, this kept happening to me, and I had this in for 3 months actually, and it was like I hated it, absolutely hated it, and I kept getting ended up in pain with it because my, it kept blocking. And then this one time they were trying to do the flush thing and it wasn't going, and the woman was like pressing and pressing, and it just didn't go. Anyway, I said to her, I really needed it taken out, and she was like, "Oh, the urology team are not, going on for emergencies type of thing, and they wouldn't class it as an emergency to re-put it in because she could take it out, kind of thing." So she says, "You might have to have it put back in the morning, but I'll take it out." Because I was like in agony. I was like, I haven't gone for a wee for about, I think it was about 15 hours or something, and I was like desperate. Anyway, she went, "All right, I'll take it out." And when she did, it just went everywhere.
Oh my God.
It was a relief. I was just so relieved. I don't think it was like. So I didn't tell her I was like, you know what I mean? But it just literally exploded when she took the thing out, type of thing.
Not the golden shower she was expecting.
No.
And if you had it in for 3 months, that's probably the reason why it was getting blocked, because that's a hell of a long time to have a catheter in, isn't it?
I'd had it redone, and the worst thing is the doctor. He was so good looking as well, and Dr. Tom, right? I used to talk about Dr. Tom. He was honestly, he was. And
is this that same Tom who works up the post office?
At the post office?
No. Doctor, oh my God, he was.
He's a busy lad, that Tom, isn't
he was dark. He had the most beautiful blue eyes, and he had a really nice olive skin, and he was getting nice, and he just and then you're thinking, oh my God, I've got to lie here, lift my arm stomach up while you put a massive light on directed down there, you know what I mean? And because of the lymphedema, I had nurses trying to squash the lumps back so you could actually see. I was like, this is not what you call attractive at all. You know what I mean? And obviously he came down twice, and then I seen him again I'd moved out because I was in a side room at the time, and then I'd moved out the side room and I didn't have the catheter in, and hadn't for about 2 months, and I seen him again. He'd come to see someone else, and he was like, "Oh, hi," and he was talking away, or is not. I was just drooling. I don't think I said words. You know what I mean? So pretty. Yeah, I should have slipped in my number, definitely. But yeah, it's one of 2 strange wee things that have ever happened. I remember when David was a baby, and my mum was changing his nappy on her knee, and she just had a cup of tea made, and it was down the side, and he wheezed, and it went straight into the cup.
Oh, that was quite thoughtful of him to do that.
Yeah. It's just woo, straight into the cup, and she just looked down and was like,
not drinking that now.
Yeah, I'm drinking that.
See, all my older law say that the youngest one is the spoiledest. They all say, "Oh, he's so spoiled. You get everything."
But I think as you get
spoiled. No.
But like my brother was like, my mum and dad were kind of like, my sister says that as well, because I think when you've had one, you kind of, but in some ways you could look at it a different way. It's like the care lesser as you go down. So it's like my sister had to be in by a certain time, which wasn't allowed to do this and that and the other, because like of obviously fear. And then when I got older, it was a bit later and a bit longer and a bit whatever. And then when my brother got older, it was just like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of like, you know, it's not. It's you could look at it in a different way and say.
It's like, you know what? I can't be bothered arguing anymore. Just whatever.
Did anybody else have a relative? You know, that relative like.
Well, I've had a few relatives, but yeah, go on.
Okay.
Listen, Corbett. Just button it for a minute, all right? If you that relative that you were going.
I remember running away from home when I was about 9, I think, or 10, and I took 2 pairs of knickers and 7 pairs of socks. I don't know what I was meant to be running with, like.
That says it all about your personal hygiene, I think.
You left one pair in the car.
And went cold sheds, which were like about 10 steps from my house. But like, yeah. And then I just remember, you know, you do that dramatic crying where you look at, or like, well, if you're in the house and there's a mirror, you look in the mirror and do your dramatic crying. You feel sorry for yourself, don't you? You're like, nobody understands me, and then you look at yourself and cry a bit more.
Dry roasted nuts. Peanuts, nice.
Love a nut.
Yeah.
You are what you eat. No.
You are, totally.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Sorry for being late. I have got a note.
I hope
Have
so.
you?
Yeah, you wrote it. You forged it for us.
Shh.
The reason I was late was because I needed the charger and I had to wait for a child to come home to put the charger in. Who said, I'm just going to the pub for 1. I'll be back between 7 and 8.
Famous last words.
Drinks like his mother, apparently. Some say.
And I phoned him at 20 past 8 and I went, like I said, I wouldn't be bothered. I said, it's just that I'm live at 9 and my charger's not thingy. And he went, I'll come back for 5 too. He came back at 5 past.
Close enough.
But you know.
No, do you know what you could do is have like magnets on everything.
Yeah.
And everything you might need, and then have like, you know, like one of them. What do they call it when they?
One of those grabby things.
No, like the fishing, when they go magnet fishing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So another magnet.
Yeah, like a really strong magnet on a fishing pole, and then you just do that, and you like go on
Imagine like the holes.
This would just be stuck. There'd be everything just flying towards Laney. It'd be like flinging its magnet. There'd be everything stuck to it.
You're just like surrounded by stuff.
Like shit flying from the kitchen.
But then you won't need anything. You'll all just be
just like that was stuck to you.
If she puts one on each pad she get battered.
Mind saying that though, someone pulled one of the carers today. She pulled the hoist along, and we charged the remote pad like sticks into the wall, and she pulled the thing without taking that out, and I literally went whoa, and it went straight past me face. Now I was like, really? She was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's fine.
Like, you will be.
Would have been if I'd been hit.
Yeah.
There's a claim.
Managed to move. Any Queenie Conquests won a mug with Brum Reseller's arse on it. Oh,
nice.
My arse wouldn't fit in a mug, unfortunately. Need like serving dish.
I hope it was a picture of his ass rather than his actual ass, if I'm honest. But
Yeah.
No, it's just his ass print. He just paints his bum and then take a picture Little print. Little starfish.
You saw that mug and you can't erase it from your memory.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so.
I bought a mug. That's a big
one. What's with this like? You're getting Carla's. She's been buying jewelry stuff, and then you're buying mugs.
Well, thing is because I know these 3D ones sell for a decent amount of money, and it was 50p. So when you know that that's like 15, 20 quid, you know,
it's worth it.
Yeah.
You'll forgive Disney just this once, is it?
Just this once.
Just this once, and the other few times from the others you had the other day.
Yeah.
Just them.
Profit's profit. You know, we all have to make sacrifices sometimes.
Exactly. I'm quite willing to sacrifice my morals for cash. So.
I mean, Disney did, so do you know what I mean? Why not?
Exactly.
Oh, let me show you a little picture. I might be able to show you on my phone. We were out in the woods today, and this really made me giggle. Oh, I haven't got my phone. Where's it?
Was it a flasher?
Why did you go there?
Nick was
the thing she looks for in the woods when she goes.
It really made me laugh. Yeah, look at this bloke stick. Yeah, right. No, it wasn't a flasher. Hang on. Give me a sec.
On
the picture. I want to know what Geoff did, because Geoff. Oh, I don't know if this is going to show well enough. But this was etched into a tree, and it says, "Geoff is a lump of shit." Someone spent a couple of hours carving that in.
Geoff must have pissed somebody right off
as well. Not
a piece of shit, a lump.
It's a lump
of shit. I know what I'm going to go down the woods with a knife, and I'm going to write that in a tree.
That's psycho level. That is.
Yeah. We've got a piece of graffiti in Bridgend. It's something like Darren hates Daps. Oh, okay.
What does that mean?
I've actually got graffiti in my house that was here from when I moved in, and it's still in that, and it's on the inside of the airing cupboard door, and it says, and I've never painted over it because it just makes me giggle, and it's quite rude. It is a little bit rude. It says, "I fucked Judith hard." And then it says, "Didn't he porn star me?" And then underneath it says, "Anus."
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I read it and I think, I wonder what was going on that night.
A heck of a party.
Yeah.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The graffiti around it just says "for sex ring" or whatever like that. It's usually just like it being.
Are you still writing them messages, Lainey? I've told you.
I wouldn't bother with the messages. I'd just stay there with the note.
Just hold it up.
extra hopeful.
Yeah, I know, Cassie. I want to know what Geoff did. You see, it's a mystery now.
Yeah. Who is Geoff and why is he a lump of shit?
And why so bad that somebody had to go and carve it into
a tree?
Yeah.
Everybody else had to know, but it's in the middle of a wood. It's not like it's
Yeah,
on a
so
wall
like
somewhere.
she didn't want everyone to know, but
Perhaps
she needed to get it
Geoff
out.
is underneath the tree.
Well, yes, maybe.
Maybe where he's buried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's difficult to carve excrement, though, isn't it? Really, it's easy to put shit. You know, it's somebody's doing it. You know what I mean?
I've never tried carving excrement.
You have to wait for it to dry first, Nick.
Yeah.
You know,
When
like
I've had a
one
go,
of the days when it was white.
I'll come back to you on it. Right?
Yeah.
When I've had a go.
Yeah.
In the olden days when it was white, the olden days. Why am I using that term? I used to say that.
In the olden days.
Back in a day.
Lubricate your instrument. Okay. What with? Right, let's have a look. See what else is here. Oh, okay. Next one is Oh God. The floral dance. No limits. Oh my God. I don't love the fast ones. Right, okay. Is that Zippy arguing with Jeffrey? Oh, Jeffrey. I tried that once, it didn't work then either. Oh, God. No, it wasn't. Oh, where? Someone needs to get... Okay. All right. So there was a rat in the kitchen, but I'll take there's a mouse in my kitchen. It's obviously a little quieter than the rat. Maybe that'll do, Mandy. Thank you. Point to you. What do you mean you're crying, laughing? There's nothing wrong with my Kazooking. Kazooking? But flip it. This song would have been so much better with me, and wouldn't it? I mean, it was great as it was, but like, just I just add that something extra, wouldn't I? Anyway, it's Don't You Want Me, and I will take that, even though you added the baby. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, well done, Pete. Point to you. I nearly didn't see you. First times as well. Learning's now available to play at weddings. Yes, weddings. Not bar misfits. Bar mitzvahs. Oh, forget. I don't know what it is anymore. I can't speak. I apologise. I just apologise for everything.